Just tell me, is the bounty still valid? There was no disintegration.
Sir, I believe they wanted you to bring him in whole. I have a bad feeling about this.
Before I begin, I want to give credit to REWeb19, who uploaded this model over on Sketchfab. I downloaded it, pulled it into 3D Builder, where I removed the body, and I sliced off the back of the head. Once I got that done, I pulled it into Cura so that I could 3D print. I used lightning infill and 3 walls, and the model came out pretty good considering that it's very light and there's nothing to it. It's not really high poly, but it's not low poly either. You can tell it's Mrbeast. So the first thing I do is I attach it to my backer board, and then using hot glue I just kind of covered over some of these square edges in the hair and on the face. This is going to be frozen in Carbonite, so it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, I even filled in the eyes with hot glue, and it's hard to tell here, but I kind of made it look like his eyes are closed. It's a little easier to see once I apply these blue towels. These are blue shop towels. Saw this trick being done by Brian over at the Smuggler's Room. I think he did it to kind of get a weathered look on his wall panels in the video I saw. This is Mod Podge. I used probably half that bottle on this project. The goal is to get the blue towels soaked on both edges and then in place. Then once I get done here, I take a glue gun and kind of add a little bit more texture to the front of it. You can see that the eyes look a little more closed now with the blue towels. After leaving it to dry overnight, I took some black, very cheap black acrylic paint, and I just started to paint the entire thing using a foam brush, trying to make sure to get into every little seam. It took a little more black paint than I wanted, but I want to make sure I get full coverage. And then I'll set that aside and I'll start working on the sidewalls. The sidewalls are 15 by 12, or the main frame is, and so there's 2 15-inch long and 2 12-inch long. My printer is capable of printing 15-inch long pieces. Here I am after I printed them, realizing, oh, I want to add some greeblies with wiring, so I'm cutting out for a switch. You may recognize the switch from Whitey's Wicked Workshop. This is one of his mechanical switches. He has some really cool new ones. Then I started to paint with my paint gun, and I realized that this steel silver paint is just too thick and I could not get it to come out the nozzle. So then I decided to clean the nozzle and paint by hand, but I forgot to hit record during the majority of the painting. The paint is a mix of a pearlized color from Createx and a steel from Vallejo mixed with a airbrush reducer. I think it came out really well here. So after letting it dry overnight, it's time to put the frame together. And this is where I realized that the corners of the frame have a little bit of warpage that I didn't notice. But other than that, it went together pretty decently. It's held together with CA glue and then reinforced in the corners with hot glue. So then I take some epoxy sculpt after I get it together to fill the gaps that were caused by the warpage. From what I remember about the Han Solo frame, it isn't perfect, so this isn't going to be perfect either. So I get the corners all together and I give that time to dry. It takes about 24 hours for the epoxy sculpt to dry. And then I take some masking compound and that same black paint that I originally painted the main piece with, and I mix it together. Epoxy sculpt worked really good here. It's kind of like joint compound. And I wanted to give some texture to the frame. So I just kind of coated the frame completely with a popsicle stick. There's nothing special here to control what I did. I just covered every surface and tried to create like a seal along where the hardboard met the plastic frame. Let that dry, and then I touched up with the steel gray paint that I used on the main part. So after it's dried, I decide to start working on putting some greeblies on the side panels. I know it's going to have a little bit of lighting, a little bit on each side. I originally had a grand plan, but because I have some other projects that I want to work on right away, I've decided that less is better here. So I'm just using some popsicle sticks for spacing. I like using popsicle sticks for spacing. It just works easy, and I have a lot of them. They're cheap. The middle greebly is just a couple of bingo chips. And then the top is a 3D printed piece that I made that holds squares that I bought from the Wampus Room. And I decided, well, what good is the squares if they don't light up? So I decided to cut out a section and put some lights behind it. So once I got the section cut out, I have these dollar store lights that I got at Christmas time that I'm just going to fill the cavity with, and then just take some foam and put it on top of that. And it worked pretty well. Just need to clean the edges up from where I dremeled out the pocket and glue on my greebly. Now the other side, I'm gonna put some lights on it, just some simple LEDs, be wired to the switch on the other side. Here I am putting in one of the LEDs, and through the magic of somehow losing content, I have added all the greeblies and the lights without actually having any footage of it. But I have my completed Mrbeast head frozen in Carbonite.